to write engaging lessons for my students so the students are excited about what they do in science. They talk about what they do in science class. I also think it's important for the whole child to be educated, so I'm involved in things outside the classroom as well to try and promote a positive climate here at Driscoll, and I think people are aware of those activities that go on inside and outside of the classroom.
Well, Miss Joy is just a really great teacher. She's always positive when she teaches, and she loves what she does, and she helps us engage in what we're doing.
Well, I believe Miss Joy is a very great science teacher and really helped us whenever we had tasks that almost seemed impossible to complete. Whenever we needed to be engaged with and helped on certain questions, she was there for us. So that's what I'll always remember about Miss Joy.
Miss Joy is a valuable asset on our campus. She is a positive influence on kids, students, parents. Her positive attitude just permeates throughout the hallway. Her relationship building skills, not only with colleagues, but with parents and students. It's what every principal wants in a teacher, and I firmly believe that her colleagues recognize that and have elected her as our Teacher of the Year.
Well, first of all, Miss Joy is a phenomenal teacher, and she's always encouraging us to learn in science, and she really helps us, and she really has a bright smile on her face, and she's always excited to teach us.
I have three major influences, four if you count both parents, but my third grade teacher, Mrs. Apperly, who was so nurturing and so loving. She hugged every student as they walked in the room. She made every student feel like they were the most important student in that room, and it just created a love for school. And then my senior government teacher, Mr. Dingley, encouraged the inquiry where you research projects and you came up with your answer. You didn't have to find one right answer. You came up with what you thought was right, based it on what you thought was right on research, and he just really motivated us to want to dig deeper into events in history. And then my parents always created a love of education. They made it clear that education was a priority. We knew we were going to college before we even started kindergarten. It wasn't an option. We were involved in extracurricular activities, experienced everything that school had to offer. So those three groups of people, Mrs. Apperly, Mr. Dingley, my parents, really made education something that we knew was valuable to our future.
She really makes learning science really exciting and fun, and she always tries to make everything just go smooth and as fun as possible.
I'll remember that she interested me into the health career field, and she helped me understand a lot more about health and our body, so I would really like to pursue a career in the health field. And one time we did this really fun experiment where we put vinegar and baking soda in a bottle with a balloon, and then all of a sudden it just exploded and it went everywhere, and it was really funny.
She is nonstop. She participates in anything that benefits the child. She is part of our Stand Up and Defend Forum. She has organized our 7th grade field trips. She goes above and beyond as far as being a team leader. She is just overall enthusiastic and loves teaching.
Seeing my students engaged in the lessons that they're learning from and involved in investigations and using inquiry-based lessons to go outside the box to try and find a solution really motivates me, especially when years later students come back and they say, I want to be a science teacher, or I'm going to medical school because I just love science. That's a huge motivator for me.
She really helps us out when we need it. Like, we always need help, but she really helps us understand what we need to do and how we do it.
Well, I remember this one project we did one time when Mrs. Joy, as I was about to start, she looked at me and she gave me a really big smile and just really comforted me and just really gave me the spirit to learn and just to be the best I can be.
The best piece of advice that I would give to new teachers is to build a relationship and have rapport with your students. Let them know that you believe in them, that you love them, and you'll get the same in return. If you don't have the relationship, you can be the most brilliant mathematician or scientist, but if you don't have the relationship with your students, they might not be as engaged as they need to be to learn all those things that you are able to teach them.
I have to say Miss Joy has a lot of X factors: positive, enthusiastic, loving, relationship building, innately has rigor in her instruction. So I have to say Miss Joy has a lot of X's in her factor.